of all, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? So great to see you all. Just one reminder, today is the Relay for Life, and I urge all members of campus community should be involved with that wonderful event so to raise awareness about cancer and hopefully raise some good funding towards the cause. So I urge everybody to be part of it. Second part of the report, thank you for the board members for being here today and clarifying questions should any one of our Senate have questions regarding our judicial board. And lastly but not least, we're still meeting with the financial aid. Sometime this week, Martin and I will be providing more information next week. Hopefully we get those scholarships going for our future students. Any questions for me at this time? See none, thank you so much. I yield my time.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the Vice President. As you all know, I've been working on the bus wrap, and I have even better news than I had last week. We actually had a template come to me yesterday. So the template was sent over to University Relations where they're putting the photos on, and we will be sending it to them. We printed on Monday, so the bus wrap will be printed by Tuesday or Thursday. Sorry, Tuesday or Wednesday, and by hopefully it can be installed Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So hopefully by next Friday, we might be able to go get a picture with all of us next to the bus. The water bottle fillers are still being working on being installed. They've ordered them. They're just trying to figure out when is the best date to put them in and finishing the logistics. We're currently working on doing like an appreciation dinner. So I want you all to keep the Friday the 6th after meeting, everyone in Senate, keep that date open because we're going to be taking y'all out to dinner. Other than that, I don't really have much. I just want to remind both the fellows that you guys get to vote. I don't know if you heard me earlier. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Moving on to Director of Administration. Okay, moving on to Director of Financial Affairs.
The budget before me is $40,800. After we just had our executive board meeting, it should be revised down to somewhere around $3,400 due to payroll and salaries being deducted. We had 3 allocations yesterday, and they are posted now in the student government office. And any directors wishing to know what their budget is can ask me personally. Any senators that would like to know how much is currently in the budget at any point in time within the meeting, just ask. That's all we need.
Alright, moving on to Director of Government and Legal Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I emailed out a very lovely report. I encourage everyone to read it if you have not yet. It's a little bit of motivation, reiteration of what I've been talking about all semester. Attendance reviews are still ongoing, as always. GLA requests something of you, please supply and make everybody's life easier. Other than that, if there are any questions, I'm open.
Moving on to Director of Student Organization and Partnership Board. Okay, moving on to Director of Student Relations.
Just continuing work on the best day ever. Sorry. Other than that, I have no report.
Okay, moving on to Director of University Affairs. No report. Moving on to Director of Web Development. Report. Does anyone want to give the same report?
Okay, so we finally heard from Jay Gage, and he said that he will be sending us all of the vital information as soon as the Lansing rally is done. So hopefully either this week or the next week, I'll get all the everything that we need. We have a pretty thorough lesson of what we know that we need thus far, but we just need to know what else we need since this is a special conference being an election conference. So once we get all that stuff, we can meet, we can plan, and we can let you guys know what's happening.
Okay. Vice Chair of Senate.
Actually, just simple thank you to everybody. I know it's been a really rough week. This particular week, a lot of people had a lot of stuff come up, illness, death, surgery. But thank you just for being cooperative and showing up, especially on Monday's meeting, because we did get business taken care of. We approved the club constitution and a name change. So So again, just thank y'all for that. As an aside, the office, you know, I like to remind people, that's where we live, that's where we work, let's keep it clean. I know we all spend a lot of time in there. If you eat, something spills, wipe it up. If you drop something, pick it up. I actually cleaned the office this morning before work. Like, I help housekeeping, or I just did a job, or whatever. I also work for housekeeping, so no front housekeeping. I was just sitting there first, pulled all the trash and everything. Be mindful of the recycling. I know a lot of people have got the idea that we should have a bin for the recycling challenge. If you're gonna recycle, dump the bins. That's all.
And to that advisory report.
Members of the Senate, the directors, guests, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. One thing really quickly, believe it, I didn't really hear exactly what you said, but you said something about scholarships, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you referring to the excellence scholarship?
I'm referring to the both excellence scholarship and as well the graduate student scholarship that we are creating.
Okay, so you're creating a new scholarship. Okay. So once the creation of the new scholarship ends, then student government will be essentially on the hook for 4 scholarships. The Victoria McKenzie Scholarship, the Student Government Service Scholarship, those 2 currently you can apply for and be awarded through the financial aid office once you complete the financial aid scholarship packet in February. And then it's these 2 new ones. So we need to make sure that Rob or whoever else is the Director of Financial Affairs after Rob's tenure is up knows that X amount of money needs to come out the budget for these scholarships. Okay. And with that said, it's time to award the students of the Victoria McKenzie and the Student Government Service Scholarship. So we need to formulate a committee to review those applicants. Is there anyone that's willing to help me?
I'd like to have University Affairs take care of that.
Okay. Okay. University Affairs, is it possible that we can meet later part of next week to go over the scholarship applications? Okay. All right. With that,
Thank you, Advisor Hurst. Moving on to University Committee reports. Does anyone have a University Committee report? All right. Moving on to ad hoc committees. Unified Student Code.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. We kind of tentatively planned, we tried to have a committee meeting yesterday, which didn't exactly go as planned, so the committee meeting was me at home last night for 4 hours. And I know the governing documents are boring, but I went through the whole thing, noted it out, marked it up. Mostly I just changed some grammar and organization. But I sent it out to eBoard, and as soon as I get some sort of response from eBoard, then I'll send it all to you guys. And if you want to look through it and just make sure that there's not anything silly that I overlooked, that'd be fine. Put in some notes like, would you guys be interested in having a cover page and then a table of contents in there to make it easier to find stuff? I think that would make it more user-friendly. Things like that. Then at the end, there's a bunch of junk just thrown on, like nobody knew where to put it, so they just tacked it on the end. I'm curious to see if we want to create those into separate documents and things like that. So I don't know if we want to meet in person to do this because everybody's busy and it's hard to get together, or if we could just do it by email. So for now, I'm just going to assume that I can be kind of the center, like the hub of the wheel here, and then I'll email it out to everybody. And then if you have comments, just go down and like insert your comments into the document and send it back to me, and then I can integrate it all together. So I'm expecting to hear back from at least everybody at eBoard by the end of next week. Then we'll fix it up, send it to senators, then you guys can have a week to look at it, note anything up, send it back to me. Then I'll take the next however long we have to actually come up with some sort of a final proposal for y'all, and then you can go through the whole thing and then just approve it right down the line. And I want to stress that I'm not changing the content of anything, I'm just changing grammar. So all the rules are still the same, just the way that the document is organized is slightly different. So if anybody has any questions, comments, I'm expecting comments from everybody of some sort. If at least minimum, just, hey, this looks good. So that's that's where we're at. If anybody has any questions, you can get with me at anything.